Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Helicopter Show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 21st May 2025. Today I'm in a good mood. Today I'm excited. Today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is, drumroll please, the Tower. Yes, this is a gaming channel video. So the Tower is one of my favorite games, as you guys know. And usually I would tell you about, what should I call it? It's complex. Usually I would tell you about how I don't want to make this video, but I have to. How the towers are evolving, the sword, the shield, the crown. How each of these playthroughs are evolving. Now, spoiler alert, disclaimer alert. I've been having a lot of problem with the recorder for the tablet. I don't know if it's a tower problem or a recording problem. Basically, what's going on is that I'm using a tablet that's really old, and yeah, it's having a harder time. However, it works, everything works, which is great. Now, that being said, we're going to continue with the goal. I've been playing a lot of Tower lately, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And it's always been absent-minded, so not giving out excuses, but whenever I play, I'm either sleeping or streaming, and these are amazing. But now that we've been doing playthrough or playthrough of the Tower as we're doing something else. For example, we're making a video. I'm spending a lot of time watching the sword and the shield. The crown in itself is good. I'm having a really good time with it, but I know the game because for a year and a half I've been having the same tower. And I've been watching some of my mistakes. Now, I'll be completely clear. I'm finding a lot of mistake in the shield playthrough. And this is from me not following guide. This is from me not paying attention. This is a couple of mistakes that are kind of big. The first mistake that we did, the sword. Okay, so this tower talk is being negative. The crown, the negative are super simple. It's a jack of all trade. Jack of all trade, but good at none. So there's a lot of things that I can increase. There's a lot of things that I can work on. There's a good solid base to the tower. Now, the greatest thing about the tower is we've been making more and more cash. So we're increasing the module. Next, we're gonna be increasing the perks. We're gonna be finishing up the perks, and then we'll see how it goes. Because the crown, like I said, the crown is at a state where I'm making a lot of coin, right? And at this specific point, we are able to unlock a lot. So, for example, I'm able to start working on my enemy level, on the module drop, on some of the more advanced. What should we call it? I would say ultimate weapon, but there's not a lot of them. So for example, right now we are at 1,900. So I would need 500 more. And I forgot that today is a tower. Today is a tower in the tournament. Shit. Today is a tournament. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Today is a tournament. I'm fucked. Not a lot, but kinda. So today being a tournament is not good. However, there is some good point to it. We're gonna keep our stones for the anniversary of the tower, which is the 13th June. So this shield has been starting on the 12th of June. This one has been started on the 13th of June, and this one has been started on the 13th July. So yeah. But that being said, this is the problem with the crown. The problem with the sword in itself, weirdly speaking, is such a amazing playthrough to watch, but to see evolve. This is my first time doing a glass cannon in any single game, so this is a pretty big deal for me. However, there's some complication, there is some complexity to it, and the complexity to it is that the sword itself, it's so cool because when I started, this was my strongest playthrough. This was by far my strongest playthrough. Now, what really changed my mind and what really blew my mind is, I swear to God, I don't remember if it was this tournament or tournament before, but we had the same score for both the shield and the sword. And the sword has always been way ahead of the shield. Sword was hitting platinum months before shield could even get out of gold. There's a problem with shield with sword though. The problem with sword is it started out really good. Now the complication is the shield stronger and catching up, or the sword is weaker? So the way it goes is I'm gonna make a drawing Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do a drawing, but for example, we'll do it on the wall, right? So this is the wall. This is the brick wall. So this is my wire for the Wi-Fi, right? Okay, that's actually pretty good. This is sword, right? And this is shield, right? They both start here. They both start here. Now the sword has started right here, right? And always has been here, right? But now that it's here, is like this, right? The sword in itself has always been a little bit less, but now we're finding that they're touching each other, right? Is it? Oh, this is so complex. This is not good. So let's do like this. I think if like this is better. So this is my sword, right? And this is my shield, right? Sword has been constantly going up, but then has found a summit. Sword, shield has been going up a little bit less, but keeps on upgrading and has reached the sword. So I don't know what is stronger. It is the sword that's stronger or the shield that's stronger right now. Now the sword in itself, the main problem that I have with it is there's so much increments to it. For example, my ultimate weapons are way better than the sword. I'm going to talk about the problem with the shield right now. But they're so weak. For example, the sword in itself, every single ultimate weapon is good. So, for example, the smart missile, they'll hit like a brick, right? The spotlight, they'll hit it like a brick, but the spotlight missile is the thing that I'm after. So the spotlight, I wouldn't be able to upgrade it, and the spotlight is the only ultimate weapon that I have to wait to upgrade. I can upgrade chain lightning, it's super good. I can increase my smart missile, it's super good with radius. We haven't next to no touch the radius. Next would be possibly the Death Wave is the one we upgraded the most. Yeah, so it would be between Smart Missile and Chain Lightning, but even then, Smart Missile could be doing so much damage. It's crazy because the Crown, the first weapon that I really worked on, the ultimate weapon, was the Smart Missile. So kind of we're doing the same thing. So I possibly would go for more of a Chain Lightning. So that when you watch the 3 playthrough, like slack, you would see the Chain Lightning being different. Now, we're moving on to the main culprit, which is the shield. This shield is the playthrough where I made the most mistakes. So the shield in itself right now is bonkers. It's really good. I'm getting a lot of damage, and it's mostly because of the black hole, right? The black hole is so freaking good. I'm gonna be upgrading the black hole. This is the ultimate weapon that I like the most. Technically speaking, the ultimate weapon that I like the most is kind of Inner Landmine. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I really like the Inner Landmine. Why? Because it's defensive and offensive. So see, my favorite ultimate weapon in general is Death Wave. Offensive, defensive. Inner Landmine is the only one that's kind of similar to it. Of course, I could say Black Hole because Black Hole is, well, you know what? Actually, Black Hole would be the supreme, in my opinion, the supreme ultimate weapon, because Black Hole would have some offensive aspect to it. Yes, I'm doing some damage. Defensive aspect to it. I'm stopping the movement of or the momentum of certain enemies, which is great. And you would have some econ aspect to it. Econ. But then Death Wave also has some econ. So, you know. With the Inner Landmine, it would be offensive and defensive in a way that is better. And the rate at which the respawn is just phenomenal. See, I need to work more on my black hole because there's a couple seconds out. Now the problem with this is, oh my god, I didn't think about it. It's crazy. So my favorite thing, and I've been talking about it for months, is the black hole and the chrono field. I feel like the chrono field isn't great in this case. It's not even active, and I don't see any difference. Increase duration chrono field is active. Inside, have their damage reduced. Increase the damage reduction effect for chrono field. Increase beyond tower range. See, so the chrono field and stuff is great. However, why it doesn't do much is because, for example, it'll slow down enemies or it slow down their damage. Their damage is what? The black hole will disable every single range enemy. There's no point to that. The black hole does carry out a lot of enemies. The chrono field doesn't do the same thing, right? And even though there's some enemy even though the black hole will never be the whole screen, it's still a huge problem in itself. So when the chrono field is gonna be super useful is because the enemies are gonna be so strong. That every single enemy that is stuck in the black hole is gonna be stuck there. But the chrono field is gonna stop the one that weren't able to and could be killing me. That was my first mistake. The second mistake, I was thinking that black hole, and this is my mistake, this is a big mistake. I was thinking that the black hole had a huge effective with Poison Swamp. The black hole would kill enemies, right, and would keep them in, and the Poison Swamp would poison them one by one. What I didn't think about is that most of the enemies have a similar amount of life points. So when one of them is dead, the other ones are almost dead, and the Poison Swamp isn't fully active. Right? However, the Poison Swamp would have been so good because the Poison Swamp, it could have stunned them, it could have done a lot of things to them. In the perfect world, the next one that could upgrade would be Poison Swamp stuns, because the Poison Swamp stuns will keep them in the black hole. So for example, the black hole is here, the black hole finished, the enemy comes in, no, because they're in the Poison Swamp and they're stunned, and by the time their stun is done, the black hole restart. That could be cool, but the Chrono Field, again, completely useless. So these are mistakes that I made, and I don't know how to fix it. That's why, since till the 12th of June, I'm not going to be playing. Well, I'm going to be playing a lot, but I'm not going to be spending some Power Stone. I'm not going to be spending some diamonds. The goal is still to buy the last card of both the shield and the sword, the last card slots, because most of them, they have the, what shall I call it? Most of them, they have the, oh my god, I'm not good in English. Oh, they're almost done. Most of them have the 5-star, and I'm waiting for the purple star. The sword, for some reason, is closer to it, and then the shield, and I don't know why, but it's okay. And that is pretty much it. So still having a hope, but here's the mistake you can do. I'm not a kind of the content creator to say, hey, mistake you should avoid. Oh, never do this. This is what you cannot do. This is what you avoid. This is blah blah blah. I'm not that kind of guy, right? I'm the kind of guy that says, hey, I made a mistake. Here's what you shouldn't do because I made it, right? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.